Hi, I think I'm live. Hello. I'm Julie Veitch, owner of Inner Core Coaching. I am a career and life transformation coach for those of you who don't know me. And I want to talk to you today about moving through our comfort zones and what the benefit of moving through our comfort zones actually are. Because discomfort is very uncomfortable. It's not something that someone runs toward and gets excited about getting engaged in. Discomfort is just not easy. So I truly believe I want to share with you my learnings and my lessons in the last month as I have been moving through getting out of my comfort zone while I've been away. I've been incognito here, and because I've been out there in the world, getting out of my comfort zone completely. And I truly believe that all that we learn, all the knowledge, all the wisdom, all the knowing, all the understandings that we gain come from basing those understandings in our own personal day-to-day experiences. So it's not lip service, it's not just words, but it becomes more sustainable when we can ground these knowings into our personal experiences. So I want to share with you my personal experiences in the last month as I've been moving through my comfort zone. So I flew across from BC to Ontario to visit family, see friends, do some workshops, attend a business retreat, and a few other things. And I'm going to give you 3 examples of when I went right out of my comfort zones and what that resulted in for me. So as soon as I got into Toronto Airport, a friend picked me up, and the very next day I went for a photo shoot with an incredible, extraordinarily talented photographer by the name of Darius Bashar. I can put his link down below after this live. But what's extraordinary about him is that he did not and does not do simple headshots. He does heart shots. So I put myself into the situation of doing a photography session with him that lasted 6 hours, where because of his style of photography, I was in a position to pour my heart out, to be seen, to be fully heard, to be felt, to be experienced by another human being. That was not comfortable. That was vulnerable. And as I moved through the experience, I became more comfortable, and I grew into a place where the connection that was bred between us was like none other I'd ever experienced before. And I do look forward to these photos because I know that they're capturing a lot of my essence and in the full range of who I am. But that was not a comfortable thing to commit to go and do. And after I finished the photo shoot, in contrast to the way that I walked in feeling exhausted and tired because I was nervous, and the nerves require a lot of energy. In contrast to that, after I moved through this comfort zone and finished the photo shoot, I felt uplifted, I felt energized, I felt connected, I felt grounded and really, really present. So the benefit of moving through that comfort zone was huge for me. So the second example of moving through an uncomfortable place was when I went north to Huntsville in Ontario to deliver 2 workshops. And prior to each and every workshop I do, there's always a discomfort. And the discomfort is always around, how will I be received? You know, is this work really valuable? Like all these things that happen in the inner critic, in the back of my mind, in the, below the surface, that's causing anxiety is what happens before we jump into something that's uncomfortable. As I started each of the workshops, as soon as I opened my mouth and started and was able to take the energy of what I learned from doing the photo shoot and carry it forward in that grounded way and in that present way, every ounce of discomfort just fell away from me as I just stood in my value and in my offering and just in my sharing with my gifts that I have to share with the world. So again, pre-comfort zone, or in the comfort zone, I probably wouldn't have scheduled to do these workshops, but I committed to doing these workshops knowing that I would be nervous about it, stepped into the discomfort, and on the other side of this discomfort was again, another level of renewed confidence, groundedness, centeredness in who I am and my gifts that I have to share in the world. And it was another level of confidence that I hadn't yet experienced before, ever. And every time we move forward and step into something that's uncomfortable, we elevate our inner confidence and inner strength and inner knowing of who we are, and therefore can translate that into showing up in the world completely differently and more powerfully. So these two activities, these two events that I chose to and committed to engaging in while I was there were followed by a third commitment that I made to attend a business retreat in North Carolina with individuals who I had never met in person. And I was in a situation where I was in a strange place and state, and in a room full of, I don't know, about 60 other really incredible transformational coaches who are healers, coaches, teachers, authors, with some amazing coaches. So I had a great opportunity, and I could have sat in my chair the whole time and just taken it all in. But I challenged myself there. There was a mic in the room, and the mic was an invitation for anybody attending to share their vulnerabilities, share their what they had to celebrate, ask questions, and be coached. And I challenged myself to step up to the mic as often as humanly possible during those 2 days, in order to push my boundaries and to step out of my comfort zone. And every time I did, it got easier and easier and easier. And the strength and the inner confidence and the inner knowing that I drew from that then was translated back to BC when I flew back to BC. And this past weekend on Saturday, I delivered my last workshop in Kamloops at an event called the Interior Wellness Festival. And what I noticed was, when I stepped into this workshop, I had this elevated and renewed level of inner confidence and clarity, and I was able to speak extremely clearly from a place of knowing and standing firmly in my mission and my vision. So the reason I'm sharing this with you is that I want to say that when we want to grow in our lives, when we want to make a change in our careers, when we want to create something new, when we want to take a leap, we need to step out of our comfort zone. And you cannot grow in comfort. If you stay comfortable, you cannot grow. And humans have 4 core needs. One is connection, one is belonging, one is growth. And the growth piece is necessary in order to take a leap and to make a change. And if you don't allow yourself to step into your discomfort and become comfortable with discomfort, you will never grow. It's absolutely impossible. So I want to encourage you, I want to invite you to, have you ever heard that quote that says, do something scary every day and it'll grow you as a person? I want to encourage you to do something scary every day. And it doesn't have to be delivering workshops or going to these, really vulnerable photo shoots, or, flying across the country. It doesn't have to be something big. Anything that you can see to do that's uncomfortable each and every day, whether it's to connect with someone that you've been afraid to connect with, whether it's to have a conversation that you've been afraid to have, whether it's, taking a hike that's a little bit longer than you're comfortable with. Anything you can do to step out of your comfort zone will grow you. And I want to invite you to just, make a commitment to yourself to take some steps that are not comfortable And I also want to give you some inspiration that it's worth it, because what's on the other side of it is an amazing sense of self that you've never experienced before. You can't have. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you today. And feel free to comment, and just join. And even if you watch the replay, feel free to just let me know in the comments something that you've done or that you'd like to do that's uncomfortable, that will grow you toward the clarity that you're looking for in order to make a change. All right. Thanks for listening. See you later.